Only by the aid of old friends and a miracle of God did Joshua Chamberlain survive the first days after being shot at Petersburg on June 18, 1864. Still a colonel, Chamberlain commanded the 1st Brigade, 1st Division, 5th Corps as the Union Army attempted to capture Petersburg, where Confederates had already built extensive defenses. As part of a broader assault, Chamberlain and his brigade attacked the enemy lines that Saturday afternoon. As Chamberlain led the attack, a ricocheting bullet punched through his hips and groin from right to left. It was a bad wound. He was evacuated to a field hospital, and doctors declared him mortally wounded. Hearing about it, Ulysses S. Grant promoted Chamberlain to Brevet Brigadier General on the spot. A historical marker now identifies the alleged site where Chamberlain was shot. Later that day, Chamberlain Ellis Spear arrived with 2 Army surgeons who worked to tie off severed blood vessels. Joshua Chamberlain should have bled out, but he survived the night and saw the dawn on Sunday, June 19th. Because an ambulance ride might kill him, the Army assigned 8 soldiers to carry Chamberlain on a stretcher 16 miles to the Union Supply Depot at City Point. The day was hot and dry, and the soldiers got their patient safely to City Point, a peninsula jutting into the confluence between the James and Appomattox rivers. Chamberlain was taken aboard the Hospital Transport Connecticut, a steamer equipped to transport hundreds of wounded soldiers to the Army's large hospital complex at Annapolis, Maryland. The ship was docked on the Appomattox River shore. Nurse Isabella Fogg, who was from Calais, Maine, learned that Chamberlain was on the Connecticut and boarded the ship to care for him. Joining her was a 20th Maine Infantry hospital steward assigned to care for Chamberlain. But Army Surgeon Thomas B. Hood kicked Fogg and the hospital steward off the ship. Receiving no medical care at this point, Chamberlain was in poor condition. Suddenly, Dr. Thomas Freeman Moses appeared beside Chamberlain. Moses was a Bowdoin College graduate, and he and the general knew each other. Moses was a surgeon on the ship. He kept close watch on Chamberlain as the Connecticut steamed up Chesapeake Bay. The steamer passed the Navy Academy and carefully entered Annapolis Harbor after dark on June 20th. Carried ashore on a stretcher, Chamberlain was placed in a tent. He received prompt attention from Dr. Bernard Vanderkieft, the hospital surgeon in charge, and from nurse Mary T. Clark. A New York newspaper had already reported Chamberlain as dead from his wound. He stubbornly clung to life at Annapolis. His wife Fanny arrived from Maine with 2 women friends by June 28th. She cared for him as summer passed. Chamberlain sufficiently recovered so that Fanny could take him home to Brunswick, Maine in late September.